At Madison Heights Tire and Auto, we're your one-stop auto repair shop with over 100 years of combined experience. Stop in today for major or minor car repairs. We're front-end and engine diagnostic specialists.
Hey everybody, here we are, the NASSBT tournament here at Woodland Lanes. And we are down to our final two bowlers, which if you see, they are taking their practice warm-up shots behind me. And then we'll get into the final match, which is going to be Jim DePlanche against Rick Wayne. And we'll introduce them to you here in just a moment. Would like to thank Woodland Lanes for everything they did for us today. We had a great turnout. I believe we had like 84 bowlers. Had a lot of 70-year-olds and actually had 4 80s. So, you know, if you think you got some game, come on out here and give it a shot. So with that, we're going to take just a brief time out here and let them finish their practice, and we'll be right back with the telecast.
At Madison Heights Tire and Auto, we're your one-stop auto repair shop with over 100 years of combined experience. Stop in today for major or minor car repairs. We're front-end and engine diagnostic specialists. Our fast, trustworthy, and knowledgeable staff will have you on the road in no time, and your safety is always our #1 concern. Come to Madison Heights Tire and Auto and see for yourself why our customers keep coming back. Give us a call at 248-543-4940 or check us out on the web at madtire.com.
I got Jim DePlanche here on my right. I have Rick Wayne here on my left for our final match. And this really excites us because two things. We're going to have a new champion today. Can't wait to try to put another banner out there somewhere, but one of you guys are going to get one, okay? And you're both deserving. And with that, Jim, you are the higher seed, so it's going to be your choice.
Okay, I'll let him go first.
Okay. I gave him that pep talk earlier, didn't I? Okay. Good luck, guys, and good bowling. Go get them. Alrighty.
Here we go.
All right. Mr. Wayne reaches the championship match.
Good luck.
Against relative newcomer Jimmy DePlanche. I believe this is Jimmy's second tournament.
I think you're correct.
Oh, Stoner 7. Man, we saw a lot of those, didn't we?
Sure did.
You've seen a lot of corner pins, and I'll tell you what, you know, and when they transitioned, then you had the fine line of trying to stay out of the dry but don't get into the wet, and there was 5 pins, there was all kinds of stuff going on, you know.
Yeah, there were more 4-5s left today than I've ever seen it.
And you had to play that fine line for the carry.
Yeah, you did. You definitely had to match up right, or you're going to shoot spares. Well, my spare game is much better today. Personally.
Extra practice?
I got extra practice in.
Sometimes that's good, and you know, maybe we'll find out next tournament if it turns into a spare gaming contest, right?
Yeah, perhaps. I think I bowled 60 frames today, 58 of them were 10 pins.
Oh, there was a lot.
I left a few. Fortunately, I made them all. He just pulled that only about 10 boards.
Yeah.
Just a little
And he
wide.
gets bonus wood.
Just a little wide.
Just a touch inside.
Well, Dave, I think I already hit it. We had 84 bowlers.
84 bowlers.
84 bowlers.
On June
We
14th.
took, and we had a lot of 70s and 480s.
480s. Yes, we did.
So we had, we took 26 bowlers today. Let's let him finish his shot here. Okay.
Yeah, very good.
Rick Wayne was our high qualifier.
Yeah, he was
He
like
was a million
12,
over.
Yeah, he was 50 over in second place.
And it's not in the, and both of them they bowl here in leagues.
Oh, that explains it.
But we had a lot of those guys today,
Yeah,
and we had a lot of them. That,
a lot of houseboys showed up today. And we appreciate that.
And we draw very well here.
Yeah, we always do.
Very, very well.
And DePlanche, he was the cut, I believe.
Yes, that's what
How about
we
that?
were told. He was
Yeah.
the cut.
The high qualifier against the cut.
That's a better shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He does get a little bit of speed on the ball.
just a touch.
Got helpful once it dries up here.
You could take my ball and times it by 2, and it doesn't go that fast.
Oh, you threw the ball awfully well, don't he?
I felt good today. I did. Didn't nothing fantastic, but I was just consistent. Sometimes
Yeah, you
that's
definitely
good.
had good rhythm today.
Unfortunately, I found a pair that couldn't carry the left lane. But anyway, did you run the scores down?
I did not.
Okay.
I was waiting for you.
Let me give you the top 8, and then we'll run down the scores. So the top 8 were Goldman, Toswell, DePlanche, Donato,
He grabbed on that one.
Yeah.
Essman,
Didn't give him a
Wyatt,
chance.
Stipcack, and Wayne. Now with that, DePlanche bowled Minato, 214 to 202.
Our 80-year-old.
Our 80-year-old that advanced, and he would have actually made the cut for the 70s if that was the case.
If we hadn't had enough.
Great bowling. And then you had DePlanche beating Goldman, 227 to 217, and that came down to the 10th frame, and Arnie needed a mark. Arnie needed a mark and left double pinochle, cost him the match. So that's how Jim got here, DePlanche. And then you had Rick Wayne bowled me 238 to 205, and he bowled Wyatt 214 to 204, and that's where we're at right at the moment.
That's how we got to this match here.
Good rundown.
Well, obviously today we will have a new champion,
Yes,
Which is awesome.
which means a new banner.
a new banner.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Came in today and saw how Corey had put all of these pennants across the building, and he did a fabulous job. As well, I noticed he put them by years,
Oh, did he?
from left to right, from 18 all the way to 25.
Well, so that makes me old.
You're all. You have
you're
the
down
very
on the
first
other
one,
end.
if you notice.
Older.
Well, according to 1 and 2, you're the oldest.
Wow. Okay. No, there's other 18s up there, but we won't get into that. Anyway, here we are.
Rick Wayne for the spare.
So,
Yeah, Rick's got it.
and I do believe that somebody's $300 is safe.
Somebody's $300 is safe. So, Joe, you can rest easy.
It's going to happen.
Oh, yes.
It's going to happen.
Maybe it won't. It's not easy.
No.
You know, who was it today said he's bowled on tour and it wasn't as tough getting into those cuts as it is here.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling us that right at the end of the day. That's what's
There's-
a great equalizer.
And by the way, these are new pins.
Yes.
That
So-
may have fallen.
If you've never bowled on new pins, this is what happens. You can throw some great shots. You leave some corner pins. You can leave some different stuff just because they're new, and you need to break them a little and break them in a little bit.
Well, you guys will be beating on them here in the league, so
Oh, yeah.
well,
Pretty soon.
That makes a spare.
off the hand, I thought he might have got a little wide with that.
And we had a little fun today. We with our new sponsor, DO Apparel. The winner now, our champions, will get a nice pullover that says NASSBT Champions. In fact, maybe Dave will show everybody later, or we'll just hold up the new one to whoever we have. So thank you, DO Apparel. This is great.
Absolutely.
And they're very nice.
And they were well received today.
Yes.
A couple of the guys came in and looked at that and said, man, I got to win one of these tournaments. I did not want to tell them they could buy one if they wanted it. They wanted that championship.
I did actually tell them when we started that past champions can buy them. I don't know if it's online quite yet to buy, but I'll double check with Jared over there when I get a chance to make sure he gets it up and running. How much they are, I have no idea, but we've also opened up our blue shirts, so anybody that wants blue instead of green, those are out there. So a lot of options.
I was going to comment on that shot that Jimmy threw there. He got that ball in, and that ball sailed on him
Yeah.
from the previous shot that it was out and it was left off his
I got the
hand.
chopper on him.
He maybe overcorrect a little bit on that.
Well,
but
it's-
this isn't a gimme where somebody's going to line up and just whack them.
This is very touchy.
Yes, it is.
You are a half a board to a board away from either it could be a washout, a 5-pin, or a flush strike. It's definitely
Yeah, there's no gimme on this.
No.
We did have a high score today. Greg Morrow shot 298, but that was the high score. We didn't have any other scores.
Justin
and to
by
give
Rick.
you an idea.
We could let go of that one. It looked good.
Yeah.
And to give you an idea, he was bowling. I bowled crossed with him, and he flushed every one of them. It was a great shot. Got up on the 12th ball, got it out just a tad wide, but it come roaring back, and it looked like he was just going to whack the 5 all the way across, and it just hit flat and left a 4-5. It was just the weirdest thing because
I saw a lot of
terrible
4-5s
break.
today. I started my day with a 4-5.
You would think one of them would fall anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that
That's-
angle too.
That was the way the shot was. Yeah.
A double for Rick.
Oh,
And this
There we go.
You know, there's a couple interesting things here. We had the last match that Arnie was in. The very first King of the Hill, he was the number to get in.
Wow.
The
That's
first
interesting.
cut. And then you had Rick Wayne, the second King of the Hill cut, who he was your high qualifier, had to strike out in the 10th to make the top 8. And then here you are. So anything can happen at any given time.
That's for sure. Oh,
Tempo.
my.
That's
That's a little tough. Back
Yeah.
to back on that lane.
easy to
Pretty
do.
good shots.
Now that one I thought was nice and flush. The other one, you know, maybe, maybe not. But that one there was rock solid. And that makes you come back and shake your head. It does get some speed on it.
Certainly does.
I was in the hospital overnight, 2 nights in fact, trying to throw my ball that fast.
Oh,
I think he'd be sweeping me up with a dustpan, get a broom out there. Something be coming
like I
up.
said, you could take my ball speed times it by 2 and I'm still short on the RPMs there. But,
Yeah, you're about half your size though.
yeah, that's true. And twice as old.
So it would seem. Some of the guys like Jimmy coming up, it's just amazing that they've gotten to this age and you think, well, see, I leave that 5'7", he blows it out.
Yeah.
They've gotten to this age and they snuck up on you and you say, wait a minute, you can't be that old.
Right.
Then you realize, you look in the mirror and say, yeah, I guess you can.
Well, that particular shot there, that's the other shot that you could kind of get lucky and carry with today. If you were light enough,
Wall shot.
not out and coming in at it, but just barely coming in to grab it, you could whack them across the lane, or you could do a mixer. You know, but that half hit, guaranteed it was a 10 pin.
3 in a row.
I think
right.
Rick has figured it out.
I think
Yes,
so.
he has.
Both of them, good solid bowlers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
absolutely.
solid bowlers. And it's shocking that, especially Rick, who's bowled a lot of our tournaments, has not won a title yet.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Jim just started bowling with us, but to look at Rick not winning one,
That is surprising.
yeah.
Well, right now, after throwing that strike, he has a 7-pin lead in this match. This is interesting.
Oh, 4 in a row.
Ricky decided to get serious.
Yes, he did. And Jim's going to have to stay with him now.
Well, Jim's got to get something going on his right lane.
This is the shot that can
Yeah.
catapult him anyway.
Gave that one room.
You know, it
Gave that
wasn't
one
pretty,
room.
but it
Exactly.
but got enough.
The half-10 area.
Yep. When you throw those and they carry, you just go, yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Let me move on. Now what's important is now make it good.
Just keep making good shots.
Where's our next tournament, Dave?
We're going to be at Score/Spins Bowl in July.
It's out in Taylor.
It's out in Taylor.
E-course?
Road. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I believe that's on the 12th. Double check me on that date.
I can do that.
I'd appreciate it. Oh my.
And there's exactly
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
yes, that's just brutal. It wasn't that bad of a shot, but he paid,
Dearly.
unfortunately.
Yeah, get a little bit into that puddle with that speed.
Yeah.
Just doesn't
Yeah.
have
Yep.
time to
That's
shake
where,
up.
like the last shot he had, he got the nice break. This one here, you got nothing. But the left lane's probably just a tad tighter.
Just a little heavy on the
Just
5-pin.
Just enough difference. Yes, July 12th is at Spins.
Very good.
And then the following month is our doubles,
Yeah, we've already got entries going in for
August 16th. So
Yeah.
And that's going to be at 5-star.
And
So,
we have lots of room at 5-star.
yes, we can take as many as
So if you
show
want
up.
a bowl, let us know. We're taking entries. Registrations, you know.
Rick going for number 5.
Well, this one here puts a dagger.
Yeah, this one is going to be the one.
That's a good shot. Got it rolling.
Yes, he did.
He certainly does. Now it's just a case of staying clean.
Yeah, I think this one will have a little different outcome than the last match.
Yeah.
Speaking of the doubles, Ricky and I have pulled the doubles together at 5-star for the last few years. We're not sure if we're going to make it this year because he's got some ideas of other adventures perhaps in August, so we'll have to wait and see. Hate to lose him as a doubles partner, obviously.
Yeah.
But if he can go have success in another event,
Another strike.
Pretty much shuts the door there.
I wish him all the best.
Yes.
But you know what? He did that. He did that against me. He put them together. He didn't have great. He found it, and then when he needed to do it against Wyatt, he did the same thing. And
He bears
when
down.
he finds it, he finds it.
Yeah,
that
now
was
they're gonna
automatic.
Go, yeah, they're all going to go down.
It's what we call
Automatic.
automatic. Something about that left lane for the right-handers, huh, Rick? And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Rick has finished second before, hasn't he?
I believe he has.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Twice
we'll
maybe?
catch him. We'll catch him in the winner's circle.
Yeah.
You can verify it, but I'm pretty sure.
No 8 pen. Lane 9.
I got it.
Just reset it.
I don't need it, do I?
Not really, but you know we need to be politically correct.
You know about formalities, right?
We'd hate to have to DQ you and you'd lose this game.
You got a double gutter?
No, I think this match is going to be a little different. Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, we know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh my! 212.
I throw that one for the show.
You were
know,
showing all right.
That was right down
The 5, 8, 10 was good, but you see the first one that went out was the 7, and it was slow.
Power, you can pick the other ones out and do the 5. See, that's really wrong.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
Well, I only got one.
Yeah, that's all you're getting credit for.
So 213.
212 actually.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you left something up there, didn't you?
Man.
One shot is all it took.
Yeah.
But then you got Steamroller Man here.
I think he fouled.
He's going to need a foul again.
He needed to start fouling about the 7th frame.
So our score there for Jim DePlanche was 212,
212.
and Rick Wayne's not quite done yet. He's
He's really wanting to put it down on Jimmy right now.
he's putting an exclamation point on it, and a
Yeah.
dot, and a capital letter.
I bring out the best of a lot of guys. You know?
Seems
Yeah, I can see that.
now he leaves it. Nice job, Ricky.
Rick is going to
Good
shoot
game, gentlemen.
with a spare 243 to 212. Our new winner is Rick Wayne.
Rick Wayne.
Hey, I'm happy to be where I'm at.
Oh, yeah.
I got 2 good breaks.
You both great.
Good job.
I got
All
2
right.
good breaks, so I got 2 good breaks. So,
So
nice.
we're going to get these two guys. We're going to get them in the winner's circle, a quick interview, and then we'll be back.
Right after this
Right
commercial
after this
break
message.
from Storm.
Won a lot of professional tournaments. We won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
All right, here we are back at Woodland Lanes in the winner's circle. And let's thank our sponsors. We have Storm, obviously. Thank you for everything that you do. We also have Mike Lusich, Mike Lusich down at Young Bowling Trophy Supplies. He gives us all of our plaques and anything that we need. He'll set us up with those. We also have Madison Tire. Joe, your $300 is safe, probably because I forgot to tell these guys that if they shoot 300 in the final game, that's another $300. I apologize. But right away, it didn't matter.
It would have mattered. We would have both shot 300.
Okay. And also
Between the two of us, we did, so we'll split it.
And also D.O. Apparel, our new shirts that we have, and we've introduced our pullovers for the champions, which we'll see here in a few minutes. But with that, our championship match was Jim DePlanche and Rick Wayne. And Jim, you bowled pretty well all day and just barely made the cut, and here you are.
Yeah.
But you bowled good, you know.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure the perfect hand position out for the wet-dry, but
Yeah.
once I figured out the little suitcase shot and stayed on the dry line.
Well, here's what I seen. I seen Rick Wayne after a couple of matches coming down when he had to bowl the right-handers, and he would put a little voodoo thing on the left lane.
I believe it.
Looked like he got you. Got me. Got Wyatt. Got a whole lot of people with it. Just kidding, Rick. Rick bowled great today.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, we had a hard time, and we were just talking about that before the camera came on, was that, how touchy it was, and
Yeah.
you've seen that here on your last
Yeah.
shot or last few, and sometimes it carries, sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time you paid for it. What did you find? What was happening?
Anything outside of second arrow was instant hook. If you were underneath it, you couldn't get it right of the head pin.
Yes.
You know that. You were
yeah.
throwing the ball.
Oh, yeah.
So I ended up going like that. But then if I got it in the oil, you seen what happened that last shot I threw on.
Yep.
Yeah, if you got it in the oil, but it didn't matter then. But it wouldn't do nothing. You had to be. So is that touchy?
No, I agree, because your and I's speed is almost identical.
Yeah, he's only about 20 miles an hour faster.
No, but you're right, and that's what we had. We had a lot of that where
Wet dry.
you get different pairs, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is great!"
Yeah.
But you still had the carry. Plus, we already talked about it. We had new pins in there. Oh, I'm sure you guys figured that out too. That kind of helps things along.
I thought I was pretty lucky to make it as far as I did because my high game was only 247. I mean, I was steady, but nothing high, nothing real low. My low game was 189.
But it doesn't matter. You got there.
Yeah.
The tournament doesn't start till you qualify. It doesn't matter if you qualified high or low, and we're going to talk about the high in a minute because Rick was our high qualifier, and Dave, you'll have to go back in the archives. Is it the second time that the high qualifier has won the tournament? So this is only the second time, which is amazing that it wouldn't happen more often. But anybody you'd like to thank?
Not that I can think of right off the bat.
Okay, then don't think.
I think just everybody in this tournament and everything is throwing this tournament on and everything.
No,
But
it's,
other than that,
ball drillers, anything? I mean, no shout outs? Doesn't matter? Okay. All right. How about the people that were buying you a couple beers along the way?
Oh, Thule and Larry Walker and them, yeah.
See, there are some people you need to thank,
Good
right?
guys.
Yeah.
Everybody's the good guys when
Yeah.
you buy you a couple drinks.
Well, yeah. I would have to agree with that, yes.
Yeah.
Well, you bowled great today.
Well, thank you.
Fell a little short. It was exciting for us because I think we mentioned it earlier that we were going to have a new champion, and that's always exciting. We like to get a new banner up there, and you'll
I'd
get
like to
yours.
just have one.
You will.
That's coming one of these days.
It is coming. It is coming. Just maybe be the high qualifier and run the table.
Yeah, that's what I got to do.
I heard it works.
Well, I was the low qualifier today.
And almost ran.
Ain't that something?
And almost ran the table.
Low and high.
Yeah.
Make it first and second.
Yes.
That is unbelievable.
Strange things do happen, but
Yes, they do.
congratulations.
Thank
you
you.
bowled great today.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't, and I
You
think I
too.
said it earlier. Both these guys are they bowl leagues here, so it's you can talk about house bowlers all the time, but you still got to come out here and do what you got to do. And
True enough.
And there's some great bowlers in here that aren't house bowlers that actually, guess what? They can tear it up too. But with that, Rick, congratulations, your first tournament.
Yeah, how about that? Thank
We're
you.
beside ourselves thinking, he's never won before. No banner, no banner, no banner. Yeah, you're right. But you have a second or two.
Yes. Yeah, I came in second at Westland to Doc. I think that was what,
Yes.
maybe February.
Okay. Yes.
or
Not the
something?
most recent. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. Okay. Yes, I do recall. Did you have another one, or was that it?
It's the only one I can recall at this point.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, you had a great day. You just slapped them around pretty good all day. You did what you had to do. You also, I think it was the second King of the Hill. You had to strike out to make it to the top 8,
Yeah.
and there you have it. He's ready to go down and throw a few strikes, and then you're still alive, and then boom, here you are.
Thought I was out, to be honest with you, even after striking out. I did. Thought I was done.
You just sit back and hope for the best. But yeah, you threw the ball well, and you carried when you really needed it. So, did you find the same problem that we had? And I don't get into this left-right side shit. I don't. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Stuff. No, I was just curious. Did you have that edge like we had, to where, man, if you just hit that one board, it could straighten out?
Yeah, I was trying to play for the most part around straight up 10. Mm-hmm. Some lanes I had to move a couple boards and swing it.
Yes.
But if I got it inside, I could hit the pocket, but I'm going to leave a ringing 7 or a flat 7 every
Yes.
time. If I got it left of 10 or 9, it's just going to keep hooking.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much what we had.
Yeah.
We might have got it just a little bit harder because we had a lot more play on the right side, but
enough.
still, it's.
I'll agree with that.
Good bowlers will make those adjustments and still get to where they got to go. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Joe Poe Grips, Whiz Bang, Wissinger drills my stuff, so I can't thank him enough. He's great to me. All you guys here at the North American Super Senior Tour, thank you all for putting on the tournament. Win or lose, it's a lot of fun for just about everybody out here.
Yes.
You know, a lot of us know each other for years, and it's a lot of fun competing with guys that you know. Everybody wants to win. Sorry, Wyatt, I'm glad I beat you again.
But it's you're with these guys all the time. You're going to bowl them sooner or later. It's going to happen.
Yes, you
and
are.
one day, what do you say? One day you're the bug, one day you're the windshield. And just,
True enough.
So you just you never know. You never know. So you just roll with it.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow's another day.
And tomorrow's another day.
Day. So with that, I think our CEO, Director of Operations, God, he does a lot of things. He's got some checks
Thank you very
for
much. Thanks.
Very good bowling tonight.
Thank you.
Young man, finally.
Finally, yeah. How about that, huh?
Well, we start you off small as high qualifier.
All right.
As champion.
Awesome.
About time.
And
Thank you. Appreciate it, Dave.
with that, our new sponsor, part of the deal with the sponsorship here, is the champion now. Gets this nice little pullover. I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's NASSBT champion.
Nice.
Sponsor providing those are
The sponsor is providing these for the champion once a month.
DO Apparel.
DO Apparel. So again, we've talked about this before, is that you want shirts, you can do it straight online. I know Dara's here trying to help out too, but we can do whatever you want, and they're very reasonable in price. So also, guys, you past champions that really like these, these are going to get put on the site too, to where you can order these if you want. And if you're really cheap, just go win a tournament. We'll give you one.
Oh, I'd also like to thank D.O. Apparel. I didn't realize that was coming, so thank you to them as well.
So with that, there is your new championship jersey.
Right. Very
So
cool.
wear it nicely. Hey, where's all that? Where's that? Yeah, hey! Listen to that crowd. We got them packed in here. They're way behind us. We can't turn the camera around because it's just too many people in here.
Congratulations, run left-handers.
And there it is. The left part comes out. Anybody you know?
I'm married to a left-hander.
Used to.
Okay, with that, our next tournament is at Spins, and that is the 12th of July. In 2 weeks, you guys might want to consider this. You got the SSO here, so they're here in 2 weeks. Although I know they're full, but if you're not bowling or you haven't given them your name, I'm sure that the waiting list always gets cut somewhere along the way. So, but they are here in 2 weeks.
The old Score Lanes.
Yep, the old Score Lanes.
It's a mile away from my house. I
There
can
you
walk
go.
there.
I guess we'll see you.
You think?
Yeah.
Sign me up.
With that, that is it, and we will see you next month. Thank you, and see you later.
Bye-bye.